Well, this Rugby World Cup is undoubtedly the biggest ever in terms of viewers, people coming to see games, people watching on television, and therefore is the ultimate showcase for the game. So anybody who is connected with the business of rugby is going to have more eyeballs, more people looking, watching, and that has to be great for business. And it's great for business as well from an economic impact point of view here in the UK. It's going to generate over 2.2 billion here, but will generate internationally, I think, some fantastic revenue for rugby.
What about investment in the game in the UK and globally? Do you think the event can bring in more investment into the structure of the game?
Yes, I mean, as far as World Rugby is concerned, the Rugby World Cup is all about garnering money. The profit from the event will go directly into global investment into rugby to grow the game. From a UK point of view, from an English point of view, we're looking at participation levels, this being a showcase, an example to encourage children, boys, girls, everybody to come in and get more committed and involved with rugby.
And what sort of financial boost can the Rugby World Cup give to the host cities in England and in Cardiff?
Well, I think for each host city, obviously, there's going to be tourists. We're looking at nearly 500,000 people coming from overseas into the country to visit games. It's a great point to have 11 cities involved, 13 different venues. And of course what they do is they spend money accordingly there, and there's gaps in between games. So it's from a tourism point of view, it's extremely positive. And then each city who is hosting is organising fan zones, activities around the event itself, all of which will add to the economic impact, which is very positive.
How can the event increase participation in rugby, not just in the UK, but around the globe?
This will be almost the ultimate advertisement for the game when you have the 20 top countries coming to play, when you have what is undoubtedly going to be the biggest tournament in terms of people watching and seeing it, then that will result, I think, inevitably in greater participation around the world. The difficult thing, and this is what we've all got to plan for, is then continuing that over the next year or two. I think you'll always see a short-term blip in participation. Certainly here we've been planning for this for the last 3 years, and you've got to have the schemes in place to make sure this is sustainable growth.
You mentioned that one of the challenges is going to be to keep interest sustained and that it's not just a blip after the event. Does the fact that Rugby Sevens is in the Olympics next year help the case of spreading rugby across the world?
Well, I think to have the Sevens, in the Olympics for the first time is a tremendous spurt for the game, and I think will create all of that interest. And again, shows that there are different variations. It's a great game for children, and those things in the Olympics, I think, will generate further great excitement in rugby as a whole. It's very interesting in Sevens that you see Olympic committees who are investing in their Sevens setup, sometimes countries who maybe not been well known for playing rugby, and that's the pull and the delight of the Olympics.
Given the number of rugby executives and business people from around the world that are here for this event, do you think this is the ideal time for them to do rugby business together?
Most of the major companies in the world have a connection with rugby, and we want that to grow and to grow in partnership. So yes, at what is the best showcase for the game, you'd hope to do a little business as well, and I'm sure we will.